Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are just going to be going through the process of first coating these wall joints. So I've just got the camera mounted on my head there just to give you a point of view, just so you can sort of follow along and see the process I use. First of all, we're just going to be just taking this wall switch off, or just taking the screws out and just pulling it out, so you can see the joint there right next to the wall switch there. So I just like to just take those off so I can fill in behind them and keep them clean. And then once I've done all my 3 coats, I'll put those back on. But we're just going to start by filling the joint there. So all these joints here are with a tapered edge on the drywall or plasterboard. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to start by filling those 2 tapers on each side of the board. Just with my 6-inch knife there, you can see that it gets right across both tapers there from edge to edge, and just fill that in nicely. So I don't want to see any drywall through the compound. I'm using a fibre fuse tape here. This is called Gyprock. It's the New Zealand equivalent of fibre fuse. Just a fiberglass mesh tape. And just press that in, and then I just like to clean off the edges. And what I like to do is I sort of like to just go around the room first and just press that in, and then once I've just done the room, I'll come back and just give it a fuller coat over the tape. Just clean off any edges first and just move on. There's only 4 joints in this room plus a couple of little ones here, so I sort of like to do all the little ones at once if I can in the same room. I'm using a setting compound. It's a 90-minute setting compound, so more than enough. There's 2 bedrooms I'm doing in this sort of renovation job. So again, just enough compound on there. Go around and put the tape in, and just these little ones you just need to hold the edge so you don't pull the tape off, and just force that tape into the compound, and then I just give these a filler coat straight away over these ones. I've just mixed up my setting compound by hand. If you want to see how I've done that, check out my previous video there on how to mix up by hand setting compounds. So here we go on the next one. Just starting at the top, working my way down, and then working up from the bottom. Just putting a nice even layer of compound right over the tapered edges there, filling in those tapered edges. I can do 2 at once here. If you're a beginner, just start doing 1 at a time. There's no rush. Better to get it right than to sort of not get it right. So, and then I like to just use a glove as well, just when you're holding this fiberglass tape. I have a glove on one hand, just it's the hand I hold the tape in. And then once again, just pressing that tape into the mud, squeezing any excess mud out, and then just cleaning off the edges. Now that I've done these 4 joints, I'll come back again and just put a filler coat over them just to cover the tape. You can do it straight away, you can, if that's your preference. I sort of like to do it this way, just to give it a couple of minutes, just to sort of suck that tape into it, into the mud, before you come back and do your filler coat. But again, it's complete preference. If you're happy just to do that straight away, you can. So again, using my 6-inch knife to fill right across from edge to edge. And cover the tape so the tape is embedded in between the same mix. So you got compound underneath and on, or hot mud, or I suppose you could say, underneath and on top, and it's the same mix. So that's just going to really bind, hold that tape, give it extra strength, you know. So I think that's the best way of doing it. So yep, just finish off by filling that one in. So that's all the wall joints done. I'm just going to, while I'm here, just going to fill in these screw holes. Just to give you an idea of how I do those. So you can see here, just first coating the screws, I like to fill it and then give it 2 swipes. These internals, I'm just doing one because I'm going to be going over those when I do tape the internals. But you'll find just giving it 2 swipes will just stop it from, as it dries or hardens, it'll suck in rather than bulge out, I guess you could say. And when it bulges out, you're going to have to either scrape it back before you do your next coat, or sand it back before you do your next coat. So just giving that 2 swipes there, so fill it, swipe, and then come back and swipe again the other way. So it's the best way I find to do it. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. See you on the next one.